Hi, Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video. Yes, I'm back from my bit of a holiday out west. We're taking a few days in Cairns off, do a bit of washing and handle some important things, and when we're thinking of heading off again. I have taken some photos and video, but not very many. I'm the sort of person that gets caught up in the experience, forgets to take a photograph and go, oh, I should have photographed that. Anyway, before I head off, I thought I'd give you a head start on my make-along. Secondhand September AU. So here goes. I got motivated when I was out west because I'm really surprised at what people make do with, repurpose, recycle, because there's just nothing. They have to make do. One of the things that I found interesting, but I didn't take any photos as we were driving hundreds of kilometres out west, was mailboxes on the cattle stations. I guess overseas they might be called cattle ranches. These are huge properties that breed Brahman cattle in that area. What it was that caught my eye, the first one, was their mailbox was an old little microwave. A little old microwave on a fence post was their mailbox. I guess the mailman clicks it open, puts it in there and seals it, and animals can't get to their mail. There were some amazing things. But as I'd go drive past, I'd go, oh, look at that. Didn't stop for photos. But yeah, it's got me motivated for Secondhand September AU. So here goes. Hopefully I can explain it. What is Secondhand September AU? Well, first of all, it's about having some fun. You got to have fun and you got to laugh. Don't make it stressful. Don't get all worked up over it. Don't spend fortune doing it. Second, it can be any craft, anything you think meets the criteria of Secondhand September AU. It's basically take something old and make it new again. Repurposing, recycling, whatever you can take old, someone else's trash, and make it into treasure. Yes, we're going to reduce our carbon footprint by a little bit. Yes, we're yarny people and we use acrylic and it's plastic. No, I'm not a greenie getting on the bandwagon, but there are other ways you can reduce your carbon footprint while crafting and having some fun. So here's a few ideas. Well, first of all, you all know I go to charity shops and buy charity yarn. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, you know. It's a good way of putting a bit of money back into the community to help the charities, which are really struggling at the moment because there are so many people needing their services. Now, some people said to me they didn't like using charity yarn. Look, I don't know about overseas, but in Australia, if we use charity yarn in a blanket that goes to Crochet for Cancer or crochet group, all those blankets go through a big quarantine wash before they go anywhere. And that's all the time. That's got nothing to do with COVID. First of all, they make sure they are acrylic, that there is no wool or natural fibres in there. Because if there is, it gets the flick and gets given to somewhere else. They also make sure you've sewn your ends in, because this is a pretty rugged wash. And if your ends come poking out and it starts falling apart, goodbye, it can't be used. So yeah, charity yarn. Mine's in a bag with a label, and some charity shops give you a receipt. In the past, charity yarn, something I use a lot of my yarn for is, I don't have a little dog, but this is a little dog coat I have made with like a 50-cent ball of yarn from a charity shop. Now I know where I send this to an animal welfare shelter, this gets a quarantine wash and has nothing to do with COVID. It's just about making sure there's nothing on it that can affect the animals. So yeah, you can make whatever you think. Some people said to me they were too embarrassed to go to a charity shop or a Goodwill store. They didn't want people to think they were poor. That's not something that's ever crossed my mind. I guess some people think that way. I've always thought that someone else's trash could be my treasure. You never know what you're going to find. For example, this is treasure to me. I found Ginger, and you realise she's called Ginger because of her hair, in a charity shop. She was in a bag, brand new, $5, cheap as chips. Lovely made. She is my emergency toilet roll cover. She sits in one of my bathrooms. It's a bit of a family joke. She's very kitsch. Yes, I know, not everybody's cup of tea, but I love her. The family joke is like today. My hubby said, we're running low on toilet rolls, but we haven't used Ginger yet, which means if we've used Ginger, we're getting desperate for toilet rolls. So yes, this is Ginger, bought from a charity shop. I love her, and she always raises comment when someone uses that bathroom. She's very kitsch. Now, I go to garage sales a lot because in Queensland and in Australia, we're fairly fortunate that we can still get around. Old terracotta plant pot. It needs a good clean and sterilisation before I use it. And it's still got a cobweb on it. Cheap as chips from a garage sale. No cracks. There are lots of places on YouTube that you can decorate your terracotta plant pot. You can paint it. Gardening Australia did one for kids to demonstrate how to keep the kids busy during school holidays. So if you've got some whole plant pots around home that need cleaning up and redecorating to make them look more interesting, that can be part of Secondhand September. Coat hangers. Some of us have those old wooden coat hangers, different coat hangers that just look ordinary. Decorate them. Now, I used to get these as gifts at Christmas from the old lady from the places I used to work. The old ladies always gave them to me. I love them. This one is crocheted with some acrylic and lace. This is just a nice little plain one with the same stuff Ginger's made out of, that nylon-y stuff. So if you have old coat hangers at home, decorate them, recycle them. They make great Christmas gifts, trust me. Now, I had the email of what if you're in lockdown and isolation and you can't go, health reasons, whatever, you've got to stay safe. We all have that whip. We've started, we either didn't like the pattern or we didn't like the yarn or both, and we've thrown it aside ages ago. Here's mine. Now, it's not the pattern, it's the yarn. It was really cheap yarn, acrylic yarn I bought from Spotlight, and I was making a lap gown for charity, but even I don't like it. I don't think it's very nice. So I'm going to frog it and make it into dog coats, and trust me, I have 10 balls of the stuff. So there you have it. You don't have to spend money and you don't have to go out. It's great if you support a Goodwill store and charity shop because you're helping other people. But if you can't, look around your home. Get creative. I'm going to put a photo at the end of a bit of a curtain I used during the kitchen renovation, which was the bottom of a shower screen. My son is quite tall and he was uncomfortable standing at the kitchen sink where the neighbours could see in. So I made a bit of a valance that covered him up a bit. But I'll put a photo, recycled shower curtain, those silky ones, that was up there during renovation. So guys, get your thinking caps on of what you can repurpose, recycle, redo, trash into treasure around your home. And if you can, visit a charity shop and buy something. So how do you enter Secondhand September? If you hear background noise and music, that's because the neighbours next door have some workmen redoing their roof and they believe that their radiation should entertain the whole suburb. Wait a minute, I'll just go and shut some windows and doors. Sorry guys, back again. So, the rules and how do you enter Secondhand September AU? Well, first of all, you can join my Facebook make-along group, which is Judy at Witchpeace Craft-make-along. All the information will be in the description below if you miss it. Or you can go on Instagram and post your photos with the hashtag Secondhand September AU. What you have to do is 2 photos. You have to do a before photo and then an after photo. All you have to do is convince me that you have repurposed, upcycled or reused something. Don't go to your stash and just use yarn and make a new blanket. Convince me you are repurposing an old whip. So it's 2 photos, a before and after photo, posted in the Make Along group or on Instagram or both. Now, I have considered Ravelry. I have never set up a chatter thread, but I'm willing to give it a go if that is the only platform you use, because there will be a random prize draw from each platform. That will be how I decide who gets something. So each platform I will list all the entries and pick a random prize draw. Facebook, Instagram, and possibly Ravelry if we start one. Now there will be a minimum prize of $30 and it can be a gift voucher. What it will be is I will arrange with the winner what they would prefer, mainly because I had real problems organising a Canadian Amazon voucher for Rosie at Noni Stitching Lounge. It took so long to sort out, and I couldn't even do an Etsy international gift voucher. So guys, whoever the random winners are will negotiate what they get, but the minimum prize will be $30 for each platform. If we only do 2, it could be a bit more. So what else is there? It opens on the 1st of September and closes on the 30th of September at 11:59 p.m. A few days after that, I will do a video announcing the winners. When I did my Tea Cozy Make Along, I had a few late entries. Now, the other thing I will do is, say you don't use social media. You don't have Instagram, you don't use Facebook, you're not a fan of Ravelry, and you want to enter. My email will be listed in the description below. You can send me your photos and give me permission to post them on a platform. Just nominate which platform you'd like them to be seen on. Now, say you don't want anyone to see your work, you can tell me that too, and I will just pick a platform where I put them privately and add them to the list. But you must convince me that you have a before photo and an after photo and you are upcycling, repurposing, whatever, that it is secondhand, old, made new again. That's about all I can think of. If you have any questions, email me or leave them in the comments below. If you'd really like a Ravelry chatter thread, leave it in the comments below and we'll have a go at setting one up. Guys, I hope you join my Make Along. It's all about having some fun and reducing our carbon footprint a little, even if we do use plastic yarn. Guys, until next time, make sure you stay safe, you take care of each other, and you have at least one crafty day and a good laugh, because this is about having some fun. Secondhand September AU. We'll see you then. Bye for now.